All right. Peace, love, and light, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to another sacred chat on the Sacred Lotus TV channel. We have here a beautiful, wonderful, powerful special guest today. And I am so excited to get into this divine, sacred chat today. I'm on a mission, y'all. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but here on the Sacred Lotus TV channel, we are expanding and we are evolving. And so much gratitude to the Creator, to the Most High, for this grand idea that has been placed in my spirit to gather all of our goddesses and allow the community just to know each other, to grow with each other and expand on beautiful, amazing topics that will help us throughout our lives and the future generations to come. So if you are here, you are divinely made to hear this message and apply it to your life, and also expand this message to anyone you may know. So if you can right now, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this beautiful, divine, sacred chat discussion today. On my right side is, and every time I think about this story, I swear tears come to my eyes. Man, I am very grateful for this goddess on my right side. She is the reason and the motivation and the inspiration I had to become an author, finally step into a not so healed space, and no, from a not so healed space into a healed space. This beautiful goddess is Miss Emotional Intelligence herself. This woman speaks the truth and she produces gold. Hence her name, Nubia. She is an author. She, like I said, she's inspired me to become an author. So her book is called From Healing to Healed. All right. And I'm going to let her, speak whenever she gets a chance to speak, and let you guys know where you can find this beautiful healing modality, this beautiful book that's going to help us evolve and expand from a not so great place into our most highest self. She is also a brand owner. Okay. Her t-shirt line is called Bliss, Love, and Lavender. And I own one of those t-shirts myself. I love it. She is also a host of many, many retreats, and she's helped over 100 women heal and grow and evolve. She is a relationship, femininity, and spirituality coach, and she specializes in release therapy. And above all else, this woman is all about love. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and goddesses in the room, I would love to introduce to you Miss Nubia Kamesha Sadé.
Oh my. Receiving all of that, and the divine feminine principle is receiving. So, Goddess Janae, I appreciate you and I receive every single word and also the intention behind what you're doing. And so, I'm very honored to be here and to be present. I am looking forward to really providing a lot of value here. And so, thank you again. I met you at a stage where you were glowing, and you have not missed the beat. Despite whatever stage you are in your life, you have a radiant glow that is really just undeniable. And so, your resilience, your integrity, your love, and your beauty shines through you. So it goes from the inside, and I can see it aesthetically express itself on the outside. And so it's given exactly what it needs to get. So, yeah, so greetings, everyone joining in. Like, wow, it's so amazing here. See, I'm Nubia Kamesha Sade, and you can find me on actually Instagram at Kamesha Sade. And so I am here, as a spiritual health and relationship coach, really helping women walk in their light unapologetically, master healthy relationships, and really walk in the expression of divinity that they were born to. And so you can get my book. Actually, if you follow me on Instagram, I got something special for y'all. Everybody who's joining in, because I appreciate you. You could be anywhere on the planet right now, but you chose to be here. So of course we're gonna spoil you, right? So if you DM me the word, what's tonight's chat? Tonight's chat is divine femininity. If you DM me the word divine femininity, I have a free book that I'm going to go ahead on and gift you. Okay, a
Wow.
free book, yes. And this book is going to be called The Seven Mistakes That Women Make When They Find Their Dream Guy. Because it's all about love, right? And it's all about attraction as divine feminine women. But what happens when we actually do attract the guy? Most of us makes very, very, very make or break mistakes that self sabotages our love life. And so we're going to put it into that. And if you DM me the word divine femininity, I'm going to know that you came from this live. And then I'm going to bless you with that gift. And so, yes, I'm excited, Janae.
Wow, you are so divine. I swear. I'm just thank you so much for, providing that to our community, but you just don't know how divinely aligned you are with everything that you're doing right now. This is why I love these conversations, and this is why I wanted to speak with you, because you are just such a giving spirit, of course, because the divine feminine woman is such, but also you are just such an in tune person. Like I'm just gonna leave it at that because we'll talk later. I just wanted to just say that you are absolutely just divine for doing this. Thank you. Remember, y'all, divine femininity to Kamesha, Coach Kamesha Sadé. Right? No, it's actually Nubia now, right? On
Yep, it's Nubia Kamesha Sade. Nubia
yes.
Kamesha Sade. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Goddess. Now it is 8:08 with 8 people in the room. Oh, and nine. We're going up. Y'all go ahead and share this live. So let's get into it. Divine femininity, divine feminine energy, just divine. Let's just get into it, right? And I'm going to ask you, sis, when you hear the words divine femininity, what do you think of?
Absolutely. So when I hear the word divine, I think of righteousness. I think of the highest vibrational frequency, which is enlightenment. I think of purity. I think of sacred, and I think of godly. So that's what I think of when I hear the word divine. And then when hear the word femininity, prior to me really going on the actual feminine journey that I'm sure we're going to tap into, prior to me getting on that journey, I thought femininity was just wearing a pink dress, looking cute, smelling like a flower, being pretty. And so, as I have helped hundreds and hundreds of women through their journey of femininity and really discovering what femininity is, and kind of really going back to the rites of passage between being a teenager, not really, knowing what's the best for you, but knowing that you were special, to maybe being a teenage mom, or maybe getting married early, or maybe just, going through regular life things, but not really understanding the power of your femininity. And so now, when I hear the word femininity, I think of being as close to God as you possibly can in your human form, embodying your gift of creativity, being a receiver, a creator, a woman who can give birth to not only children but business ideals, birth to different concepts, birth to other people, really being able to activate people and give life to them, speaking life, thinking life, breathing life. I think of life. I also think of transformation, because femininity is flexibility and it is fluidity, where we have the ability to be multiple things at one time through our multitasking capabilities. And we also have the ability to transition and transfer and transform into different identities, into different versions of ourselves. So I think of femininity as a multi-dimensional magical trait that we embody inside of our womb energy. And so, yeah, that's what I think of when I think of femininity. So that's like the deep level that I think of. But on a surface level, I think of, being fluid. I think of creativity. I think of responsibility. I think of fluidity. I think of flexibility. Right. I think of sensuality. Okay. I think of delicious sensuality. I think of dance. I think of magic. I think of optimism, being able to use the beautiful, brilliant brain that we have to manifest things and pull them into our reality. I think of magnetism. I think of attraction. I think of love. I think of honor. And I think of course, mothering. And so that's what I think of.
Absolutely. And all that in a bag of chips. I'm telling you, that is exactly what I envision as well. Like, you are definitely on it. And that in itself, all that you have spoken of is, I believe, in my opinion, is divine femininity. So getting into a space where we break it down just like how you did, the word divine, when it comes down to the what is it called, the definition, by definition in like the dictionary and everything of that nature, divine is actually an adjective that speaks of from or like God or a god. That's what divine means, in its essence. And when we think about the femininity, we think about, yes, the flow, the being of like a, like, it's not gender specific, like it's not towards a gender. This energy is an energy, but women just naturally, have this. So within us, we just have to tap into it, I feel as if, and we'll get more into that later on. So when I think about divine feminine or divine femininity or divine feminine energy, I think of a woman of God, because divine is of God or godlike. So a woman of God is someone who's connected to God, who's connected to her intuition, who's connected to the flow of life because she's in the flow of life. That's connected to godly like things. Like, for example, when she moves is in alignment. Just like how I said with you earlier, when you said what you said, it's an alignment. Everything you do is correlating to something, or everything you're doing is exactly right on time. So I feel as if a divine feminine woman or a divine femininity, it breathes that. It speaks of just being in tune with all that is, because you are like God. You are of a God likeness. You are connected to source in a special, beautiful way. And because of that, you're able to flow through life. You're able to breeze through it. You're able to be guided correctly because you're in tune with your intuition, in a whole heavenly way. So I feel like divine femininity, you're in a space of allowance, like, completely, always in a space of allowance, in a space of receiving, because feminine energy is in a receiving mode. It's always about feeling as well. So we're able to just breeze through life because we're able to feel it. Oh, maybe I should go this way, or maybe I should go that way. I feel this way, I feel this way. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to tap into, I'll just say for myself, because there was a space, like, like you said earlier, like just like you, where I wasn't tapped into my divine femininity. I wasn't tapped into this divine essence within me. And when I started to really get in tune with myself and my self expression, because I believe that divine femininity is all about expressing yourself, because like where we are God, right? We are of God, we are God like. So we're goddesses here. So when a goddess is somebody who expresses herself, because like we all know that we are like ye are gods, we are little forms of God walking all around here, and God wants to express itself through us. So a divine feminine woman is all about expression. She's all about creativity. She's all about who she is, and she stands firm in that and confident in that. you know so that's what I believe. I'm gonna ramble, but I'm gonna chill out for a second. That's why I
No,
feel.
it's full. It's full of divine femininity. It's fullness. You
Yes.
would never leave us starving. You would never leave us starving. If you think about, being in the essence of a woman, it makes you feel, even as a woman, being in the presence of another woman makes you feel full just
Yes.
organically, especially if she's, tapped into her femininity, like feeling full. So guess what? It's never too much. It's never, we were conditioned that you never want to do too much. Well, I got news for you. If you think of God and how expansive God is, and we are the expressions of God, I call us God in the
Mm.
body. Do you not think we're going to be the most, do the most, is the most, all that in a bag of chips and a bowl of grits? And so I feel like I feel like something for us to really always keep in mind, that if we are made in the image and the likeness, right, despite whatever we believe in, the universe, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whoever it is that we believe in, we know that there is a force that's greater than us, that is outside of us, but also inside of us. So it's dual citizenship here, right? So if that's who we are and that's what we embody, you got to understand we're going to be very full. All right. We're going to come with the sauce. All right.
Okay.
so
Thank
so
you for
yes,
that.
I just wanted to, yeah, of course, because you know you are a light, and that same fullness and that same abundance, right? Because we talk about abundance often. That's that abundance that flows out of you when you're passionate about something. Understand that is God speaking through you. Understand that you
Mhm.
are portaling, all right? You're channeling, you're
Yeah.
portaling. And so that the message is for somebody to catch. And sometimes we're like, wow, am I rambling? Wow, where did that come from? Wow, you told me to repeat myself, and I can't even repeat myself because it just came from a flow. You are channeling. You are
Mm-hmm.
literally being God. And so that's something that I always like to be mindful of, because I'm like, listen, see, if your throat chakra has went through a process of healing, right? And I talk about that in my book, Healing to Heal. If your
Mm-hmm.
throat chakra has went through the process of healing, baby, you have something to say.
Yeah.
So we want to hear it. And so I just wanted to really just open that up. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Goddess. You're so encouraging, which is also just a divine trait of yours, and just a divine trait, period, is to be encouraging, and induce encouragement, just help people to bring them up. That's the light that you are as well. So I appreciate that, Goddess. We are always filling each other's cup up because we are runneth over. Our spirit is so full, like you said. I like the words you said, so full, because we're so full of God. We're so full of spirit. We're so full of ourselves, and not in a bad way, but in a divine way, to where it's just like, I love me, and I want to just continuously speak because I love what I'm speaking, because this is just a divine thing that I'm saying, and this is not to the point where it's cocky, or what is it called, grandiose energy. It's big energy, but it's not um, it's full of so much ego. What it is so much spirit and so much love and purity and honesty. So I appreciate you, sis. Like, honestly, like, as you can hear, when I just tried to, like, a little bit just stop myself because I thought I was rambling, and you encouraged me. There's some times where I get into these modes, and because I have was or I am healing, I would say am healing from a tremendous amount of trauma from the past. Sometimes it will come up to where I'm just like, oh, maybe I should stop myself from what? From what? Being big? From being beautiful? From
Ooh.
being God-like? Let's say God-like, because there is a source, there's a bigger source, there's a creator out there. But to be God-like, am I going? Why should I stop myself? So we're gonna get into that as well here, because I've been seeing not just me, but also women in our community, sis, that really do need to tap into this divine essence, because I feel as if a lot of us have been in modes to where we're overly masculine. I'm gonna just say that, and it's not bad to have masculine energy. Of course, is your balance. You have to have balance. However, um, when we're overly in our masculine energy, we're not we don't feel safe sometimes. You know, we're continuously seeking security, which is damaging us or stifling us from becoming just free flowing, if that makes sense, to express ourselves. You know, I've seen a lot of women in our community that just kept feeling like they need to work, they gotta work, they gotta work, they gotta work, they can't play, they can't have fun, they can't express themselves, they can't get creative because they gotta to provide for the family. They got either single mothers, even so, and even mothers in households that have men in them, but they still feel like they are not safe. They feel like they cannot provide, or provide a self expression that really just speaks to them. They have to feel it. They have to be somebody else, be something strong, which I would love for you to get into the strong woman versus the feminine woman, because your brand crosses out the strong black woman and says feminine black woman. So I just wanted to make sure that we get into that as well during this conversation. But at the end of the day, like I'm saying, I'm going everywhere with this. I just wanted to stress this out to the community, how important it is for us to tap in to our divine feminine energy, and how easier life becomes when we're in that nature, instead of trying to force things to happen and just trying to secure the bag all the time, and be in a sense of unsafeness, and not feeling like we're secured. So I wanted to ask you about that. Like, how do you feel about that being in our community?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. And so, the strong black woman that has, I mean, we all know where it come from, right? If we look back at history, we were put in a position to do more so that way we can be safe, right? And so it came from a place where we're doing more so we can be safe, we can be provided for, because, you know, in slavery, not at you, we didn't start us off as slaves. And so I always like to just like really open that up. Like, we didn't start from slavery. We were definitely ruling things prior to that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
in the immense traumatic experience, you know, as you have experienced something that's traumatic, you know that it kind of really brainwash you into identifying exactly who you are, right? And so when your identity is brainwashed and then you're left with pieces and crumbs, you know, to pick up, you then re-identify yourself with what you feel is powerful, right? And so after slavery, and you know, women began to be able to vote and make their own money and do the things, it became glorified because it's like, wow, we have really got it out the mud, right? And so as we are evolving in the age of Aquarius and becoming entrepreneurs and really being able to make a way for ourselves on a financial level, we're still trying to get it out the mud when our ancestors were trying to make sure we were able to at least get it off the shelf and not out the mud, right? And so this, you know, it can be challenging when you are a single parent, if you have a child and there's no provision or providing. You are now playing a role as best as you can of the protector, the provider, the nurturer, the lover, the nourisher, the encourager, the motivator, right? The mother, right? And so I believe the fix to that is doing something so extreme. Remember, y'all, femininity is extremity. In order to put yourself in a position where, let's say, finances is a struggle for you, right? We've all been there before, where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm going to try to do this entrepreneurship thing. I'm going to quit my 9 to 5 to work 24/7 without no backup security. And so now you're at the edge of your seat waiting for a sale to come in, because you're like, yo, how I'm about to pay this bill I got going on? So it puts you in this revolving energy of survival. And the thing about survival mode that I feel like is very important for us to be aware of is that can get very addicting. It can get addicting to, get to a point where you have nothing in order to get that motivation to thrive and to go harder and to sell more or to work more hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost kind of like a low key little matrix, right? And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself in very deep. So, what I find to be a phenomenal solution to this matrix is giving yourself what it is that you need that has been holding you back. So, for an example, a lot of you all who are listening are very talented, freaking geniuses, very, very creative, got a lot to offer, got a lot of value to offer. I want to let you know that you are paid for the amount of value, the level of value that you can offer someone. So, if you're a coach, if you are a yoga instructor, if you sell potions and lotions and all of these magical things, or if you're just a great motivator to your friend, we are now in the age where you can monetize all of that. So, if you're saying to yourself, like, oh, how can I do that? Listen, it is programs, it is coaches, it is so many different avenues where you can find out how to put yourself in a better financial position that doesn't require you to hustle and bustle and be super extreme in your masculinity and do. Masculinity is doing, femininity is being, right? So there's multiple ways. And listen, y'all, let's celebrate the fact that we even alive in this day and time where you can get paid for being you. You can get paid to be an influencer, right? You can get paid to create content for other brands, right? You can get UGC, right? Teaching my clients about that as well. Like, you can get paid from being you. And so on a financial level, I want you to start thinking from a perspective of what am I phenomenally good at and how can I serve people? And then get connected with someone who has done it, right? I have a one-off coaching program called Righteously Paid where I help inspiring coaches, people who want to coach, women who want to coach, people who know that they have a gift, they have a talent, they have a strength, but they don't know how to package it, they don't know how to sell it, they don't know what direction to go in. Listen, I can help you with that. If you follow me on Instagram at nubia.kamesha.sade, I just updated it, nubia.kamesha.sade, and you DM me the word righteously paid, we can have a conversation on how you can work with me personally. But listen, so number one, to finances, yeah, being in a loop of survival, it just comes from lack and literally not having enough, not having enough money coming in enough ways frequently, right? So it starts with the mindset of knowing, like, you know what? This is what I want everyone to ask themselves right now who feel like, I'm in my masculine, I'm surviving, I'm in survival mode. How can I do what I'm doing easier? How can I make this easier for me? And this is all across the board inside of your life. I used to be somebody who was always late to things. And as an Aquarius, I was just really nonchalant about it because I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. I'll get there when I get there. But then I realized, I was like, it's something behind this. How can I provide myself more time to get ready so that way I'm not rushing and I can be more present and show up in more esteem wherever I'm going? And I said, well, I can make life way more easier if I just put my clothes out, the night before. In my mind, it take about 40 minutes to pick out my outfit because guess what? You looking through, you decide, I want to wear you. You start trying things on, you act like you got the whole day when really you got like 30 minutes, right? And so I say that to say that's just one slight example in our everyday life where we can incorporate something to make our life easier. Most of the time, we're doing so many frivolous things that's adding up to all of this doership and it's keeping us in this masculine matrix. So I want you to ask yourself, how can I make my life easier? Number one, how can I make things more easier for me? Who can I outsource or what can I outsource? Right? If you are, if you have a business, right? And you're like, oh, I'm posting on social media. oh, it takes so much time. There is a system for that. There's an app for that, right? If you are like, oh my goodness, like I spend most of my time cooking and cleaning, and I'm a mom and things like that. Can you outsource a nanny who could come 1 hour a day? Can you sell something online? Maybe a $7 ebook, maybe a product. Can you sell something or provide value in a way where you can have an extra 150 a week to pay a nanny who can take 60% of your stress away? How can you make your life easier? I stopped going to the grocery store because I realized I would spend 2 hours start to finish at the grocery store. And as someone who's very empathic, that sometimes it can drain my social battery just by being around so many different energies. And if you're listening right now, being empathic means that you're very sensitive, you have high sensory to other people's emotions, and sometimes you can kind of absorb them, which will make you a little tired, right? And so I started doing Instacart. Now Instacart, there's fees for delivery. Yeah, there's fees for service. But I am so okay with paying the $15 fee with my legs crossed inside of my bed, waiting on my groceries to come so I can cook them and enjoy my nights. Making life more easier for you, outsourcing the things that can be outsourced by a system, a person, or some type of product. Think in your mind, look around you right now. Think about what you're doing every single day. If you're doing a lot of doing and you're compounding tasks on top of to do, on top of to do, on top of to do, you are a human being and not a human doing. Think of how can I make my life more easier, right? So I would say that about, really just lessening up the doership. And then on a financial level, you know, um, getting a coach, hiring somebody who can help guide you and direct you and hold you accountable and see you through your implementation. It's not enough to go on Google and YouTube things all day on how to get money. Literally get you somebody who can stick with you through your implementation and make you sure you see it all the way through to guarantee that you have success, right? And then three, women, date up, period. If you are having an experience where you're like, okay, I'm doing pretty well for myself, and I'm dating, you should always be in position where you are dating someone who is above your tax bracket. Why? Because the man is a leader. Naturally, men are leaders. Men are typically the breadwinners, right? Before we flip flop to the girl boss culture and the strong black woman culture, men were the providers. And I'm not saying, just date men with money, but yes, date men with money, period. I'm not gonna, I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, baby. Date men who are, because I'm gonna tell you this, money is just symbolic to a man's leadership and his efforts in his life. If a man can accumulate money, resources, real estate, land, business, operation, it's symbolic to the character and the creed that he has as a man. Now, we're not talking about personality and energy and spirituality, because you need all of those. He need to be top tier in those areas as well, right? But I'm talking about a man who is able to provide security for you, or a sense of security through his resources, right? So a lot of us, women, we date without the intent of, okay, let me ensure that someone, whoever I'm dating, is either at my level or above my level. Because here's the thing. If you take inventory right now, right, and you go in your journal right now and you start writing off all of your qualities, I'm talking from A to Z. I want to know all your qualities. What are you good at? What do people compliment you on? Why are you so dope? Like, why are you so beautiful? Why are you so sweet? Write down all those things and then take inventory. Because I'm telling you, this is what I did one day. I was like, damn, I wrote down all my traits, all my characteristics, all my things. And I was like, wow, I am the perfect match for a rich man. Like literally a rich man would need a woman just like me with my qualities. So I
Yes.
feel like it's very important for you to revalidate yourself. I always say this, right? And if you follow me on Instagram, Nubia.Kamesha.Sadé, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll hear me talk about that. Like, revalidate yourself, write down what you're good at. you know um what do people compliment you on? Like, how do you serve people? Like, what makes you so valuable? Because guess what, the divine expresses itself in us, and so we have multiple different traits of the divine. So baby, you gifted. It's very important for you to remind yourself through a validation process where you're in your journal and you're like, damn, okay, I'm this, I'm that, okay, I could cook, shit, I could do this, I'm this, I'm that. So now you're able to date up, and you're able to, talk with men, and collaborate with men, and connect with men who have built something for themselves. So that way you can be in congruency with where you want to go, and you are also entertaining and feeding your time to someone who can take you to your next level. So I just want to let you know it's very
Okay.
okay, period on period. It's very
Oh,
natural.
period.
This is the tea. This is the tea. And if y'all
This is
feeling
the
this, I need to
show.
hold on. Let me look at the comments. What's
Let's
good, y'all? Are
good.
y'all feeling this? I mean,
You
is
going
this making sense?
in.
Is this making sense? Because listen, I love every single person watching this live so much. Like, I have a huge heart for my divine feminine women. Like, and in my men too as well. I love y'all, and I want y'all to be so damn great. And I want to rip any limiting belief that you have off, because those limiting beliefs are the same reason why you're putting up with things you should not. You're allowing access in places you should not. You are not shining the way you're supposed to, right? You are not being as big as you need to be. After this live stream, right here, I want you to take inventory of all of your qualities, all of your traits. I want you to take inventory of all of the value that you have. And I want you to start ensuring that the only people who have access to you are people who can match that energy or higher. Because guess what? If you were lower, I would say stay low. But you're not, because you're on this live. So you already know it's really good. You just needed a reminder. I'm not telling you nothing new. I'm just reminding you, right? And
Yes.
so that's what I would say. That's what I would say. I know I went a little deep there, but I say that to say, in the masculine matrix, you can sometimes forget who you are. You can sometimes forget who you are. And so taking that inventory, making your life easier, dating up, right? And also implementing things that can really add more ease and fluidity and flexibility in your world. I have a client right now. She's been working with me for over a year. She's a VIP client. She's married and has a beautiful family. And she incorporated getting a nanny for one time a week, and her stress levels are down so low. And you may think, a nanny, but don't you got to be rich to get a nanny? You will be very surprised how affordable a nanny is. Every single mother on this live right now, you deserve a nanny. Period. Hire you a nanny, even if you got help, even if your mama come over sometime, even if you have a husband. You deserve a nanny. You deserve someone who's going to come in and do deep cleaning. You are not a slave. Stop brushing the damn floors and cleaning. No, that's beneath you. You are a goddess. All right. So you need support, and femininity is communal, right? So it takes a village to not only raise a child, it takes a village to maintain your femininity, because femininity is communal. It's a community. So get your tribe, have your stuff in order, sell you some products, you know what I mean? Or, date up, or do whatever it takes in order to make your life of more ease, so that way you can have more grace. So that way you can calm down the survival mode and actually really see, like, sometimes it just takes for us to rest, to identify. How many of y'all
Mm-hmm.
have took a nap and woke up super rejuvenated? How many of y'all have just rested for one day? Sometimes I go on fasts where I'm not answering my phone. I'm not even using my voice, because I'm like, It's, it's something called preservation. How many of y'all have rested and then was able to see things more clearly, like, oh, sugar, wow, wait, I'm doing it backwards, like, what the heck? How many of y'all had took a break from a guy and then you were able to really see things for what they were? So when you take the time to calm down and rest, which is femininity,
Mm-hmm.
you can then see things clearer, so that way you don't have to go so hard and be in the masculine matrix. And I know it's easy to say, but when you have so many things, do bills, you got the kids crying, you got all these things, let me tell you, there's about 5 things you can do right now to make your life more easier. Incorporate a system, incorporate an app, incorporate a person, outsource something that can come in and make your life easier. I gave y'all some examples, and so
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sis, before we get even further down the line, because you are just on it, I appreciate you. I just want to say that. Did you know that does anybody can see her avatar? And it probably doesn't matter because she's spitting that fire, but is her avatar is not showing up for me, and it was very beautiful, very very beautiful. So does anybody see it, or am I the only one that cannot see it? Um, just let me know in the comment box below. But moving forward, yes, sis, this is absolutely true when it comes down to getting some rest. Wait, can you hear me, sis?
I sure can.
Okay, cool. Ooh, I was gonna say. When it comes down to getting rest, is and getting that time to just take a break. It is femininity because we are supposed to be receiving messages where we're divine channels, portals by nature. So when we're able to get that rest and we're able to meditate and connect to our intuition instead of being on that go mode, that masculine mode, that oh I gotta go get it, action oriented mode, we can be in the state of flow and allow things to come to us and receive the messages and then just getting that time to relax gives us that time to breathe, invite breath into our bodies and just rest just into our beings. It gives us a sense of peace. A divine feminine woman, I believe, is at peace. Her main pursuit is peace. And she doesn't just pursues it, she gives it off. Her aura is peaceful. Her whole vibe is peaceful. So when we're in this mode of, oh, I gotta go get it, I gotta, the monkey mind, like it's when we're stifling our divine feminine energy in a way. So I do invite, just like Kamesha said, divine goddess Nubia Kamesha said to everyone, do invite yourself to get some rest when you can. Get a nanny, get a babysitter for a day if you have kids. Thank God I have my mother, and she takes my 2 month old whenever she sees that I am restless. Like I get up and I'm like, oh my God, like every 2, 3 hours. Who told me? No one told me this was a newborn life. But you know what I'm
We
saying?
appreciate you, Mama.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate Mama. We appreciate all the mamas out there because wow. But at the end of the day, get that rest because that's gonna help us tap into our God likeness because we'll be able to tap into God. That we'll be able to understand what to do next. Meditate, pray, um, and which is we're gonna go into wording next. My beautiful goddess, you as I believe. Kamesha, you are a woman of your word. I believe what you say you're going to do, you do it, and you produce powerful, positive, and impactful words that come out your mouth. I believe that a divine feminine goddess woman is a woman of her word because of this scripture. And I say this all the time. There's a scripture that says, which is John 101. John 1, chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, meaning the Word is God, meaning the Word is absolute. So a woman of God is a woman of her word. She understands what she says impacts and is a powerful thing when you can catch what you're saying because you understand that you are creating and you being the creatress that you are, the portal that you are, is it very important that you say what you mean and mean what you say. So please, Goddess, get into that. And I know you got something powerful to say.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. And I love how you drew it back to the Bible verse, because I have really been, it's been a really long time since I've opened up my ears to hearing like Bible verses. But just a couple months ago, I started opening up my ears a little bit more. I'm like, you know what? I understand the lessons. And so the Bible is a book of some phenomenal stories and references and also perspective to be able to navigate this planet, right? So in the beginning was a word, right? And it's just like, whoa. Number one, being impeccable with your word. And oftentimes we think of, oh, I always want to be truthful to everyone. Always want to do what I say and say what I do. And that's a big part to it. Absolutely. You want to be so ethical, walking in your goddess energy to the point where your relationships edify your character because they're used to you doing what you say you're going to do. So that's one scope of it, right? The other scope is being so loyal to yourself. When you tell yourself you are going to do something, I have learned, right? Because I used to overpromise and underdeliver because I'm super optimistic. I'm an Aquarius, so I think large, super large, right? So what I found was that if I promise something to myself, the amount of importance it is for me to see it all the way through, it matters more to me than anything else. Because what happens is we build up equity, we build up value and our trust within ourselves. When you trust yourself, you can confide in yourself, which provides you confidence. When you trust yourself, you can confide, you can bet on yourself. That's what it means when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna bet on me every time." That's what it means. You have enough of equity built to say, "Well, you know what? In my past, I promised myself I was going to do X, Y, Z. In my past, I said I wasn't going for this. In my past, I knew I was going to make it through. In my past, I did this, I was that." We got equity there. So now, in the face of adversity, we can lean on faith. We can lean on faith because our word is bound to ourselves. We can actually depend and say, you know what, I did say that. And I know that I back it up, right? And so now your word is bond and you can confine in yourself, which means that you now have faith in yourself and now you're moving with confidence, right? And so that's the second part of, speaking the word. And then I want to take it a little step deeper. Is that okay? Can I take it a little deeper?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Aye, because I love the intellectual conversations, right? So,
Yeah.
the next thing I want to say about your word is language, being mindful of the quality of language that we use. And so when you hear me talk, you hear me when I'm talking about positivity and I'm talking about good things, right? I am literally making my words so extreme because I want to put emphasis on the vibration of the words. And when I'm talking about something that's a little lower, I don't use traumatic words like aggression and terrible, and I don't put emphasis on those words. It's not that I do not acknowledge them. I choose to project the intensity of the word towards positivity, because we can speak words and based on the level of emotion that we have behind it, the word becomes that much more powerful. So when I'm on this live stream and I'm saying that you all are goddesses, oh my, I am speaking and energetically projecting my energy into these words because I'm intentional about what I'm saying. I want the activation to happen inside of your blood right now. I want you to feel like your crown is straightening up and standing up taller and taller as I'm talking. I want you to feel enthusiastically ready for transformation and ready for a change and ready to shift. So, with that being said, the emotion and the power and the intensity that I put behind the positive words are way more powerful than the negative words, right? You ever notice how when someone asks you like, "Oh, how you doing today?" It's oh, I'm having, my day is okay. Well, if you're happy and your day is joyous, Well, can we get something else? Can we get I am phenomenal? Can we get I feel extraordinary? Can we get I feel humongous? Can we get oh I am incredible? But when it's something negative that happened, oh my goodness, that is so terrible. You see the difference behind the extremity and the intensity of my words? So when we feed our words with emotions, they become a higher vibration. And so if I say, oh goodness, right? So for an example, when people pass away, right? And people say, I lost this person, like, the other day or last year I lost, my grandfather, for an example. And I say, let me ask you a question. I say, and I can be 100% compassionate and understand your level of sadness, because I mean you can't even physically see them anymore, so I completely understand. But do you feel like you have a new spiritual connection with your grandfather? They say, actually, yeah, he comes to visit me. He be turning the lights on and off and everything. I said, oh, really? So you actually have a new spiritual relationship with your grandfather? They say, yeah. I said, oh, okay. So would it be fair to say that you did not lose him? You actually gained an angel? They say, oh my God, I never thought of it like that. And so, again, it is not to demagnify or demagnetize the situation, because he's no longer in flesh, right? However, if we look at the gain and we look at the positivity and we shine more light on that, we activate more of that energy. When I told that young lady that, and she was like, oh my gosh, I gained an angel, her whole energy of being a victim completely flipped into being a victor. Now she like, damn, I got an extra angel out here. I'm extra blessed. I'm like, you better walk like it, girl. Go ahead. Let me see your strut. Come on now. Big up yourself. Let me see your
Big up
strut.
yourself.
Big up yourself, right? And so, I really say that in fullness, because our words are powerful. So, please be mindful of the potency of, the energy that you're projecting behind your words. Be mindful. Know that your words are magic, right? Know that your tongue is a magical wand, right? Know that just like that you can speak life, and just like that you can speak death, right? Know that you are favored. Know that everything is working in your divine alignment. And so if you trust that truth, talk like it, walk like it, and act like it. And because of it, it'll all just be kind of like a script, like you're writing a movie. Like, it's this thing that I'm
Yes.
currently doing. And Janae, I want you to join me on this. Every
Mhm.
single day I am scripting best case scenario. You ever look at your day and you see all the to dos and you're like, okay, to do, to do, to do, to do, to do, to do. It's like, damn, am I a living to do?
To do, to do,
Scratch
to
that.
do.
Right. To do, to do. We're going to scratch that. All right. We're going to scratch the to do. And then we're going to start scripting best case scenario. So
Mhm.
every single day before the day starts, or you can even do it the night before. I like to do it the night before. I want you to map out the best case scenario for the day. If tomorrow was absolutely perfect, what would take place? What would it look like? What would your to do look like? What would your to be look like? I want you to script it and put in mind best case scenario. And do
Wow.
you know, since I've been doing that, every single day has been exactly what I scripted. And I said, well, God damn it, this is magic. This is magic. Oh my God, you're telling me if I place my focus on best case scenario, the universe now has direction on what to give me. So you telling me this whole time when I wasn't given the direction, the universe was just scrapping some things together based on what it thought I wanted? Oh, so the universe need direction. Got it.
Oh my God,
Ah.
you are about to make me cry. I swear, what you're saying is hitting my heart chakra so hard right now. Like, you are so divine. I'm thankful for that message, sis. Keep going, keep going. I just had to put that little insert in there. Like, I feel that. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And so, it's important for us to know that we got the magic. In the chat, I want everybody in the chat who is active, who can use their hands, who's engaged, who feel like they're getting value. I want every single person in the chat to type, I got the magic. I have the magic. I got the magic. Who?
I got the
I
magic
got
in
the magic.
me.
Come on. I got the magic. I want you to type it in the chat like, listen, I got the magic. And so, because I have the magic, I'm the director. I am not somebody who life is just happening to me. I'm the director. I direct the universe on what to give me. I
Mm-hmm.
direct the universe on what to give me. I see it in the comments. I got the magic. I got the magic. Yes, I got the magic. Yes.
Yes.
Right? And so, we have the magic. Yes, I got the magic. Yes, I got the magic. Look at all these goddesses with all the magic.
Okay.
This is a saucy live stream, right? Like, I got the magic and it's a blessing. Right? So know that you have the magic.
I got
Know
the
that you
magic.
are the power. And know that if you script your life, sooner or later, depending on the level of intensity that you use behind it and the level of belief, it'll
Mm-hmm.
happen for you. I've been training myself subconsciously to know that I'm God in a body. So when I do my scripting, it literally happens in real time. It's almost like it used to scare me a little bit. I was like, what the heck? And I need a TV show. Like, somebody got to see this. Like, please, somebody,
Somebody,
please
please.
follow me all day to see the stuff that happens because this is intense. However, you can start by scripting every single year. Script your day out. Best case scenario, and then watch it unfold and it move in the assumptive energy with the law of assumption, assuming that when you wake up tomorrow, everything's going to go exactly how you planned. I got the magic. I got the magic. I got the magic. So when somebody's cutting you off in traffic, I got the magic. That's okay. It's okay. They don't know no better. Child, please. They don't know no better. When somebody's trying to test you and remind you of the old version of yourself, when they see you rising out of your darkness, say, you know what? I got the magic. When you are in a situation where somebody is G checking you, just be like, I'm not going to respond to that. I got the magic.
Mm-hmm.
When you are feeling challenged by your own insecurities and your own subconscious thoughts, and your life is seeming meaningless, say, you know what? Nah, I got the magic. I could flip this script. Type in the comment section at any time. I can flip the script. I want you to type, at any time, at any moment, I can flip the script in the comment section. Everybody watching it. And even the replay. Is this going to be a replay? You
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yes. I can flip the script. At any time, at any moment, I can flip the script. I can flip the script. So when you walk in that authority,
Yes.
right? When you walk in that authority, it means that you are authorized to flip the script. You got to have audacity in life. You ever known somebody who just got hella audacity? You're like, damn, they are confident. Yeah. They know that they can flip the script at any time, at any moment. I can flip the script. Yes, comment section. At any time, at any moment, I can flip the script. Yes, comment section. Right? And so, yeah, that's the tea.
Yes. Got me in tongues. Oh my goodness. Thank God for you. I'm thankful. Yes, anytime and any moment I can flip the script. That is walking in divine femininity, is knowing that we are that magic. Thank you for that reminder, because there are so many things, so many ways in my life that I was able to just manifest things. And at whim sometimes, and sometimes it takes a few time, some time. It also depends on the vibrational frequency that I was on as well, how fast it would come. But when I just believe it and I just let it go and I just walk in faith, things just magically happen. So thank you, sis, for reminding us, goddesses, that we have the magic and we are the magic. It's in us. We are that everything is. Like, we are that. So thank you so much. Um, moving forward, is everybody loving this live so far? We are at the almost the hour mark. We're 1 minute from an hour. Is everybody loving this live? Let us know in the comment box below, family. Let us know. Let us know. Oh, I'm loving these vibes. I needed this. Oh, you definitely just said that, Effie. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the tribe, y'all. So, Miss Nubia, are you still there?
I am. I am. Can you hear
Uh,
me?
yeah, I just can't see your avatar, and it's okay. I because you're spitting that fire anyway. But
Yeah, it's all good. You know
yeah,
what? The fire's coming through even more potent now.
yeah.
Look. And make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram to see that I am a
Yes.
real person, right? Nubia dot Kamesha Sadé, because it's like, damn, what's this damn non-picture? Who is this person? I mean, I feel her, but where she at? Follow me on Instagram, Nubia dot Kamesha dot Sade. And so, yes,
Girl,
I'm here, sis.
we are here with it. Are you ready to keep going? Because I'm fired
I'm
up.
ready. I'm ready. I'm so glad you're doing this as a replay. I'm
Oh yeah,
excited. I'm
yeah.
excited.
So to hear. Oh, definitely. I'm so glad too because definitely we definitely need to go back and listen to all this, all of this. All right. So I have written down some questions,
Hmm.
and because I am an inquisitive kitty. All right.
Hmm.
So for one, I want to go into a high value woman. All right.
Ooh.
Yes. Because I've been like looking into mentors and looking into women that speak about high quality, high value woman and talk about what it takes to be one. And for some reason, I correlate that into the goddess energy. You know, so I wanted to know, what do you think a high value, high quality woman is? And what are some traits that we can incorporate in our lives to continuously uphold that standard?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. High value. So, I'm in a spiritual healing space, right? And excuse me. And so, the first thing I think of when I think of a high valuable woman, I think of a healer, period. I think despite the looks, despite the accomplishments,
Okay.
despite any and everything, when things hit the fan and there is war outside and there is spiritual warfare in the air and there is all these things happening, when a woman is a healer, whoo baby, she can start the rain, stop the rain, bring out the sun, bring out the moon. She is directly connected with Mother Earth, which controls everything. Because if Mother Earth right now wanted to shut it down, she would shut it down. So if a woman is tapped into her healing modalities and she is a holistic practitioner and she knows how to heal herself, she know how to cook to heal, she know how to talk to heal, she know how to touch to heal, she is a high value woman. So that's first things first. Before we get into anything superficial, because I'm here for the superficiality too. I'm here for it. But
Okay, okay, okay.
okay, because look, I like the
Snap, snap,
looks, I
snap,
like the
snap.
vacation, I like the money, all of the things. Okay,
It's okay.
okay. So I think of a woman who is a healer. She has learned how to heal herself. She knows how to heal children. She knows how to heal women. She knows how to heal men. And it doesn't necessarily mean that she's this woman who's walking around with her arm out and healing everybody, but just by her being, she is healing. You ever just sit next to a person and they just make you feel like you could just drop your shoulders
Yeah.
and not be on guard? So a woman who is a healer is disarming, and it helps regulate the nervous system of others around her, making her high in value. When I think of high value, I think of the level of value. And if that level of value is high, it's going to come with being a healer. So that's number one. High value woman, straight up holistic healer. All right. Number two, I think a high valuable woman is fertile, and not necessarily fertile in the sense
Ooh.
of because
Ooh.
I've
Speak
been
about
learning
it.
some things. I'm getting ready to go to Ghana in a couple of months, and let me tell you something. I have been really identifying on a scale of like a high value man. Like they want a beautiful woman who's fertile. Like,
Okay.
that's
To,
the
to
high value woman
uphold the
over there.
lineage.
Listen,
Okay.
if you are fertile, right? I'm learning that. Like African men, they want you fertile, you cute, you good. Like come to my palace. I make you rich and you be live on forever. I'm just giving y'all the tea. Let me be clear. When I was living in Mexico a few months ago, when I realized that the US and America has this weird ass way of making mothers feel less than, making mothers feel like, oh, you got a kid, or making it seem like, oh, I don't have kids, like it's a bragging thing. I never could understand that, because for a woman to demonstrate that she has the ability to create another human, that's absolute gold right there, right? That's gold. And so I say fertility on a sense of course, physically, but also mentally fertile, where a man or anyone, she can plant an ideal in her mind, and she can bring the ideal from dark to light. She can bring the ideal from dark matter, which is the intuitive, dream world, daydream, vision, concept, thought, and she can pull it into light, which is this physical realm. So a woman who is fertile, not only in her body, but also in her spirit, she's able to produce and recreate and procreate even on her own, right? And so that's the second pillar of being a high value woman. Third pillar, love, self love. A high value woman has love for herself. A high value woman is intentional about the way she loves herself. A high value woman has standards that are so damn high that in order to gain access to her, you have to come correct. And the only way you can come correct is if you have high love for yourself. Because I'll tell you something, sometimes people can identify that they see a diamond in front of them, but not know how to actually take care of it, appreciate it, and honor it. Right? If I was to give you a big, like, huge diamond right now, you would be like, oh my God, this is so cute. Oh my God, this is so, it's valuable. It's amazing. It has a lot of value. But then what I do with it? What do I do with it? Do I put it like in my closet? Do I put it in my dresser? Like, you wouldn't know what to do with it because you haven't experienced it on a regular basis. Well, it's the same thing with love. When you have experienced love for yourself on a regular basis and the level of love for yourself is so high, only a person who can really, really relate to that amount of love because they've experienced it firsthand from themselves can be able to really appreciate you. So this means that this high value woman has so much self-love for herself, she only allows others who love themselves to have access to her because she's aware that they can only love her from the capacity of where they and how they love themselves. So this woman, this high value woman, is self-aware. And the fourth one I want to say is, a high value woman is she is able to stand alone on her own powerfully, and she is also able to stand in a romantic dynamic, a marriage, a partnership, powerfully. She's able to stand in a group, in a community, in a tribe, powerfully. Her power does not come from or depletes based on the dynamic. She herself alone or in collaboration or communal is powerful, and her power does not yield at all. And so there's definitely more traits to the
Wow.
high value woman, but that's what I would truly say. And listen, I have a ebook called The Divine Laws of Femininity. If you DM me the word femininity on Instagram, I can send it over to you. And my Instagram is nubia.kamesha. Remember, I know my avatar not there, but Instagram, Nubia.Kamesha, Kamesha .Sade, Sade, like the singer. So, yes, did that answer your question?
Okay. Okay, yes, that absolutely answered it perfectly, Goddess. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I know there's other qualities like you said, but like she said, y'all get on that ebook, that ebook, and she is you have multitude of ebooks, don't you?
Oh yeah, I have about four of them. Four of them. We have Healing to Heal, The Divine Laws of Femininity, Seven Mistakes That Women Do When They Find Their Dream Guy, and also Feminine Emotional Intelligence, helping you master your emotions and remove emotional triggers so you can stop self sabotaging and start mastering healthy romantic relationships. So yeah, tap in. Instagram is the best way to find me as of now. I am getting ready to get back popping on YouTube. So shout out to you for helping me. You gave me this boost. Okay. Nubia.Kamesha.Sade on Instagram. All right.
Absolutely, powerful Goddess. I'm definitely have to get on all those books. Definitely. Your Healing to Healed book, is it still available anywhere, or is it mm,
Yep. So if you DM me the word healing to, like, if you DM me the word healing to heal, or if you just DM me the word femininity or healing or something along those lines, I will never reach out to you because, of course, it's fake pages out there. So I always say to reach out to me, right? But if you DM me that, I can see you the link and it'll have all access to all of my ebooks. It's all my link tree. Yeah.
okay, wonderful. Um oops. Okay, so I definitely want to continue this conversation further. I just want to make sure that we are all good on time. Are you okay with
Yep.
time?
Yep. I got a few more minutes.
Okay,
Yes.
but awesome. So I'm going to go into like another question. I'm going to also invite anyone up if they would love to ask any questions, have any questions for Coach Nubia, Kamesha Sade, or for me, or want to share your experience as a community member, anything. We are inviting you up on this panel. If not, that is okay. It's always the next time. We are definitely going to have another sacred chat with Nubia, Kamesha Sade, if she will allow that, please. um, yeah, I would definitely love to do this again. Um, I want to go into um, what is it like to be like. Okay, so we understand that to become or be of a high quality or high standing, or just be a healer, or be someone that's just godlike to a goddess, be a goddess, be in that goddess energy. It does require work. All right. Yes, we ye are God. So yes, we are in the image and the likeness of God. But however, I want to stress to the community that it's easy to fall into the lower natures of who we are. And it's easy to be in like, other, nasty natured energy. But it just does take a good amount of time and a good amount of work to and it's a bit more difficult to be, until you get into the habit of, let's say that, until you get into the habit of being higher natured, especially in this society and community, late as of late. So I wanted to ask you, Miss Nubia, what do you believe is the work required to be godlike, or of godlikeness, or just tap in and stay tuned and turned on in your goddess energy?
Absolutely. So I would definitely say multi self awareness. It's a concept that I talk about in my book, Feminine Emotional Intelligence Mastery. Pre orders are available if you DM me the word emotional intelligence on Instagram, on my page, Nubia.Kamesha Sade. I keep saying it because I know that people are coming in and out, but Nubia.Kamesha.Sade. I do talk about this concept in my book, multi self awareness. And so identifying, we got a trio. We got a trio that sometimes we run from, sometimes we cheat on our trio, sometimes we don't even know that we have a trio, but we have a trio. We have number one, a higher self, the self that we see, that it's just this godly plush, integrity based righteous woman that, we may dip in and out of when we're feeling high vibrational, right? We may be, her when we're mothering our children, or we're mothering the kids around us, right? We may be her when we are, in worship with our spiritual practices and all of those things, right? So she's fly, we love her, right? But we're always trying to get to her, and we never identify or recognize the other two that are just as a part of us as she is. So the other part of the trio is a shadow self. That's the darker part of us, right? That's the traits about ourselves that we would not brag about, we would not put in our bio, we would not tell anybody about. It's the us that we are when people are not looking. It is the us that we are when, we're aggravated, or we're agitated, or we're feeling greedy, or we're feeling selfish, or we're feeling conniving, or we have this little side eye in us that's just like, dang, I know I'm not evil, mean, or negative, but I do got some ways about me. And so a lot of us are, you may be in your life trying to get better and better and better and remove all the negative things, but the truth is there's polarity in everything. When there's light, there's dark. When there's dark, there's light. When there's positive, there's negative. And so I believe being able to identify, what, I will always be in the form of developing, because I'm always ascending. I'm always going higher. So my darkness in this part of my life may not necessarily look like the darkness in my life 10 years ago, right? But I still have that shadow self who is present, who still come up every now and again, and who I have to talk to, and put her back in her place, because the shadow is there to remind you, right? To remind you that you can get aggressive if you need to. You can be able to, manipulate if you need to manipulate out of yourself out of a dangerous situation. So these darker characteristics and these darker traits are, it's pretty much like having that uncle that don't play about you, or that big brother that don't play about you, right? It's not that he's a negative person, he's just so bad, but call him up and let him know somebody disrespected you. He's coming for them. He's not playing any games about you. That's like how your shadow self is. So it's important for us to not suppress our shadow selves, but to make friends with our shadow self, and to be able to identify when it's peeking in and out, so that way we can say, hey baby, okay, oh okay, you about to turn up, hold on, you seeing red, oh you about to, oh, okay, hold on baby, let me tell you something, okay, we're safe. We're safe. We're safe. It's okay. I know, but I got this. We're gonna let higher self. Yeah, I got this. We good. I appreciate you though. You got the boxer gloves on. You got Vaseline on your face. Okay, you down for me. I appreciate that. See, it's not that, oh, it's so negative and it's so bad and it's so demonic and it's so dark. It's just like it don't play. So we always need that balance there, right? So that's the other part of the trio. Then we got the third part of the trio, which is the inner child. The child in us from the age 0 to 7 that was either underdeveloped, super developed, right? Or just needed more love, more attention, more care, or was maybe spoiled, or maybe was missing a parent, or didn't have any parents, and all of these things that happen in childhood that we experience that shows up in our current character now. And so a big part of multi self-awareness is identifying that each and every part of your trio has its place. Your inner child comes in and shows you where you need more nurturing and nourishment. So at the age of 5, if you were neglected and you were emotionally abused, your inner child gets triggered when people call you names. Your inner child gets triggered when you feel like you're being left out. Your inner child gets triggered to let you know, hey, baby, I need some more validation that I'm important. Hey, I need more validation that I'm not I'm not a mess up, or whatever you were called when you you were a child. Your inner child is coming in to knock on your door and say, greetings, hi, can you validate something for me real quick? Because subconsciously, I don't feel like we're worthy. Because remember when you tried to do that project and then, you were humiliated in front of the class and you were young? Now it's hard for you to start and complete projects and put it out there to the world. And the whole time you feel like you're a procrastinator, but your inner child just need a pep talk. Your inner child just needs to know that you're safe. Your inner child don't play about you either. Your inner child just wants love and nourishment and affection and protection. And so when we identify our trio, and we make friends with our trio. We introduce everybody to each other. Hey, higher self, this is my shadow. Yeah, my shadow look a little greasy. I know you got this white dress on, higher self. My shadow is about that life, right? Okay, shadow, this is inner child, right? Y'all gonna talk every now and again, and you may try to come through shadow, through my inner child. But listen, we all gonna get along here. We're all gonna get along. And so mastery is being able to identify all the parts of you, not just over positively, jamming positivity in your mind, but making friends with your darkness, because your darkness got your back. Your darkness is your darkness for a reason, and your inner child is your inner child to remind you and to help you reparent yourself, so that way you can move through relationships, business, life, career, parenting in a better way with more perspective. It's not about knowing what you do, it's knowing why the hell do I even do it though? I know that I am super optimistic. Why? Well, because I am a natural rebel and I was told the things I couldn't do. So now I'm moving from a space of rebellion because my inner child like to rebel. I don't play that. Don't tell me I can't do nothing, right? So it's important for me to keep my shadow in check, because that character trait of being rebellious can get extreme and turn into a shadow where now I'm breaking laws out here in these streets. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I am, right? For the record. But do you see how a character trait can come from your inner child? And if it's not addressed and nurtured, it can go into your shadow, and your shadow can start coming and turning up around tables and throwing cheers, and your higher self like, wait, no, just be positive, and your shadow self like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So does that answer your? I know that was full,
No,
but I
that
talk
was
about that in my book, Feminine Emotional Intelligence, the trio. Marry your trio. The sooner you marry your trio, the sooner nobody can tell you nothing about yourself you don't know, and that
mhm.
gives you the control.
I definitely understand exactly what you're saying. It's like a divine feminine goddess expresses all that she is, but she's able to, transmute energy when need be. No, and it's so powerful when you just said that, because I feel like I'm gonna tell you about this situation, and then we're gonna just like end it, sis. I appreciate what you just said. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Um, there was a time where, like, about a month ago, this is actually like probably like probably the first time some people in here have seen me or heard me go live within a month. A month ago, like exactly around a month ago, I just stopped going live because I emotionally blew up on live. I got into this really low place because of what was said about me, and it made me feel like I just needed to just express myself. But in that moment, I still, even though it was a bit low, a bit lower, and it was a bit defensive and so much hurt and everything, it was still self-expression. So that doesn't negate me from being a divine feminine goddess. It's just I just had to um check it. Like you say, just check it. So I definitely understand, and I completely understand what you just said, and I thank you for saying that, because it helps me to understand myself that these three, the trio, just need to get along, and we come together as one, and we express ourselves as one. You know, so I appreciate that. So, all right, y'all. This has been oh wow, 1, 2, 3. All right, 1 hour 23 minutes. I love it.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful. We're gonna end it here. Um, Thank you so much, Miss Nubia Kamesha Sadé, for coming on the Sacred Lotus TV channel and for expressing yourself so beautifully and so divinely. Can you go ahead and tell the public again where they can find you for the very last time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's been a pleasure, you all. I'm Nubia, Kamesha Sade. Nubia is spelled the same way it sounds. Kamesha is Kamesha. And then Sade is like the singer, Sade. You can find me on Instagram at nubia.kamesha.sade. I know it's some dots up in there. And listen, if you reach out to me and you say you came from YouTube, I will include a free ebook and send it over to you from my catalog. And so it's been a pleasure today. It's been a blessing. And I really had fun. And I'm so grateful, Janae. And I just want to give you some flowers and some love and some affection and know like
Thank you.
you are super persistent. You're very persistent. No matter what you're experiencing in your life, you're going to shine. I don't care if it's making beautiful pieces of art. I don't care if it's singing. I don't care if it's mothering. I don't care if it's being a goddess. I don't care if it's being a fairy, being a sister, being a lover. You are going to shine. And so I appreciate your light. And as someone who understands my light, I can only see and appreciate your light because mine is activated. And I say and I confirm and I affirm every single person on this live stream tonight has been activated. And so, real quick, if you've been activated by a number of, chats in the box, I just want to see something real quick. Type the word activated. If you've been activated tonight, if you've been activated, you feel like, ooh, I'm activated. I want you to type the word activated in the chat. If you feel like something has activated inside of me, I want you to type the word activated in the chat. Activated, activated, activated. Yes, activated. Yes, 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 activated. So my
Activated.
my lovely goddess, I appreciate you, sis.
Thank
You
you.
are incredible, and this is needed for the community. This is needed for all the goddesses. And as you're listening to the replay, I want you to participate as if this was live. Do the journal prop. Remember, y'all, best case scenario. Remember, make your life easy. How can this be more easy? Remember, keep your positive words extreme. Marry your trio, date up, and remember who you are. Stay activated.
Ashe. On that note, peace, love, and light, everyone. I love you. Be you. Be beautiful and be blessed. Peace.
Peace.